Good. The free
Yeah,
healthcare.
man. Yeah. So, yeah, people think like, Canada's got free healthcare as the best thing ever. Canada's healthcare system is broken, man. It is not the utopia that people in America think it is. If I go to the ER, it's very, very abnormal for me to not wait 5 or 6 hours to see a doctor.
I
I've been
told
there.
people this.
Yeah,
I told people they didn't freaking believe me. I
yeah,
said
yeah.
this.
Let me take you one step further. Okay, it's a lot slower, but if the doctor messes up, you can't do anything about it. So my grandma, she was at the hospital and she got a stroke at the hospital because the doctors messed up. But although my aunt, who is a doctor, explained not to give certain medication, the doctors gave that medication anyways. My grandma got a stroke, could never speak again for the rest of her entire life, could barely walk. Right?
Oh, what?
And there's no recourse to that. You can't go against anything like that.
What?
Take it one step even further than that. The American quality of care, not just the recourse that you have, but the actual quality of care is so much higher. I had a friend, one of my best friends, was super, super sick, had to do surgery, did surgery in Canada. They messed up the entire surgery.
Oh,
One where he was like bedridden for so long that he had to go back. He had to go to America, went to a hospital in New York, got surgery done there, was better, like super fast because the quality is much higher and the doctors are much more liable for what they're doing. So people that give you this whole thing about Canadian utopia healthcare is not true. There are advantages. There are problems in the American system. I don't agree with some of the stuff that happens. My friend, one of their friends got hit by a truck. The side mirror of a truck. I hit him back of the head. Hospital was like a 8-minute walk. Someone had seen it, called 911. The ambulance came. He had to go in the ambulance. He had no choice. Had to pay like 10 grand. He could have walked there in 8 minutes to the hospital. Okay, so stuff like that also is messed up,
Yeah.
right? But it is what it is, man. There's neither system is perfect, but people that say Canadian healthcare, all this stuff is so great, I don't agree. Okay, you want good service, you get what you pay for.
I think that the ambulance, I believe it's private though. I think like it's owned privately. I don't think like the ambulance and the hospital like are one. So I think that's why.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the specifics on that. I'm saying like if the
Yeah.
ambulance comes, he couldn't. He's not allowed to say no. Apparently, he has to go in the ambulance. He has to pay, and it was like 8 grand or something. It was like I remember it was between 5 and 10 grand, but it was literally a 30-second drive.
you so you can't deny it. What's your? I can't call me a cab and just go to the hospital.
You can, but someone had already called
Yeah,
911.
once you call 911, yeah.
So the ambulance was there, and then apparently you can't do anything about it. I don't know, man. They're both systems that has to be some fixes,
Of
but
course.
people that say Canadian healthcare is
Bro.
is the best are just uninformed.
When I said those exact same things to people, they looked at me like I had three heads. I told them it's like because the healthcare is so accessible to everyone that it's slowed down significantly. You have to wait hours just to see a nurse, not even the doctor. And also people that who don't want to pay as many taxes. I asked a lot of people, are you willing to pay for a stranger's healthcare? A lot of them say no. So I'm like, do you know the taxes you'll be paying for everyone's healthcare? I mean, these are
Well,
the
that's right.
same
I
exact
mean,
talking
taxes in
points.
Canada are insane. Like I was telling you earlier, man, it's just more of it's not a country built for entrepreneurs. I would say America is built for entrepreneurs, and I'm definitely personally more of a capitalist. So I'm all about grind hard, do your thing, work your ass off, make money, and then you can provide for yourself and your family, man. That's what I've always done my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm still baffled at the stories that you told me. So you can't hold the doctor responsible. They can't be sued for what they've done.
Okay, so there is a level of recourse, but it's very, very unlikely for a doctor to ever be sued in Canada because they put it amongst a panel of like a ton. Like I don't. My friend who's a doctor explained this to me one time. I could be wrong about the numbers, but the idea is that they put it amongst a panel of like 30, 40 doctors. And if even one of those doctors says that they would have done what you did, then you can't get sued. And doctors aren't going to fight each other, because the more doctors get sued, it doesn't look good on doctors in general. So that's kind of the idea. Someone explained this to me 5 or 6 years ago, so I could be wrong with the specifics, but there's very limited recourse in Canada, and
The
so then
stroke,
you have problems.
the stroke thing, that's really disheartening to
Bro,
hear,
that's
man.
dead crazy.
Yo, someone
Yeah.
can't walk again, and you have no power to say anything against that. Oh,
If
I would truly hate to live in a world like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could probably. My grandfather probably could have tried, hired a lawyer. Like it was a black and white mistake, but he
Right.
could have tried, hired a lawyer, did all that stuff, and maybe gotten something. But he was like, you didn't want to do it. Maybe you could, but it's not like if it was in the States, geez, that would have been a multi-million
Yeah.
dollar lawsuit.
So are the doctors in Canada credible, or they're just getting anybody off the street?
No, bro. They're good doctors. They're just
Mhm.
overworked, underpaid. And at the end of the day, I mean, doctors are going to make mistakes in Canada and in America.
Mhm.
But in America, they're paid for that liability. So doctors in America get paid a lot more than doctors in Canada, right? And so you got to keep all that into consideration. There's some awesome doctors here, but they are overworked and they are underpaid. And a lot of the top doctors, some of them stay here. Some love Canada, but a lot of the top doctors that I know go to the States because that's where they're going to get paid big bucks. You know what I'm saying?
And when you have free healthcare, your doctors regularly work 12-hour days. There's freaking you have no time to rest.
Mm.
Imagine day after day, and it's 7 days a week. People get hurt on the weekend too. Day after day, and you're getting paid peanuts for it. You're bound to make a mistake. And what a lot of people do, they end up making a private practice. And a lot of Canadians actually prefer a private practice because you get more of a one-on-one, but you have to come out of pocket for that, so you got to pay anyway.
Mm. Yeah, so there's some like that, not many. There's not many private. There's like for very specific things, but that's not really a big thing in Canada, man. Private practice is an American thing when it comes to medical. And that's why I mean, look,
Oh,
like I said,
do you have a choice to like? Can you, as a Canadian, could you ever be like, you know what? I want to roll the dice. I don't want to pay for healthcare. Could you ever like do that and like have that exempt?
and no, you're basically asking, can I just pay less in taxes if I don't want to pay for healthcare? No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Oh, so you're almost
You're
forced,
you're
right?
you're you're stuck, man. If you make a lot of money paying for everyone's healthcare, it's much. If you make a lot of money,
Mm,
it's you're definitely paying for a lot of other people. Um,
mm,
Look, I still think the system is broken, man. Like I know some people that they had really rough upbringings, and their mom was like in a hospital bed in their house, and that was all paid for, and they could never afford it. And they gave her mom like an extra 10 years of life because of that.
mhm.
So
There are
I mean,
advantages for
that's
sure.
good. Sorry.
I said there's advantages for sure.
Yeah, so there's pros and cons to everything. I think neither system is perfect,
I agree.
but I'm just against the idea of someone saying that Canada is the utopia of healthcare because it is not the utopia of healthcare. Neither is America. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Neither system is perfect. There's pros and cons. So it depends. But
Y'all just had Christmas like 2 days ago, right?
no, our Christmas is the same as yours, bro.
Oh,
25th.
okay.
But y'all Thanksgiving is like,
Thanksgiving is different. Thanksgiving is the one different one.
why?
Funny. Glass asked me. I honestly, I'm not 100% sure about why they did that. I have no answer for you.
It's when they were discovered. I assume.
I don't know, man. I don't know the reason. I
You're
don't
the
know the
second
reason.
Canadian I asked, and y'all both don't know the origin. Y'all just like, you know what? This is the day this
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving for
bro.
us. That's it.
This day we give thanks, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I love it, man. I love it. I get two Thanksgivings because my sister goes to school in the States. So, it's nice. She usually tries to come in the Canadian one and then she comes again in the American one. So it's cool. I love it.
Do you say 8?
I say hey every once in a while. Every once in a while, man.
You say a boot, a boot.
Some people say I do say about. I say about. Is about wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a boat. Like that's
I'm
similar to a
sorry. I'm
boat.
sorry.
There's definitely something. I was on a plane like on Saturday, and I was sitting next to this girl, and she's New Yorker, and we just started talking, and she's like, "Wow, you say about like a Canadian." I'm like, "Do I? I feel like I say about
Yeah, you
normally."
kind of did. I noticed it a handful of times. I was just being polite.
Cool, man. I don't mind, man. I don't mind about a boot. I have no idea.
So you're in Canada as we speak, like right now.
I am. I was in New York on the weekends, but I'm back here. I was in Florida for like a few weeks in the beginning of the month. Well, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and then New York, and then came back here for about 4 weeks before I head back to the land of the free.
So you go back and forth often.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
I come here to see my family, see my friends, and I get a lot more work done when I'm here. But I try to be in the States. I mean, I love the States, man. But I am definitely back and forth, and for now until I get my visa. It's also good for one of my businesses to be in the States. So, I gotta do what I gotta do.
When you
Yeah.
move to New York, you gotta let us know, man.
I will, man. I will hopefully in the summer, hopefully June or July. We'll see.
That's when it's lit. But be careful as well. But that's when it's lit.
Yeah. No, I love New York in the summer, man. I was there a lot. I was telling Glass, I was seeing a girl. My girlfriend used to live in New York, and so yeah, I used to go there a lot. That was my first time really enjoying New York. I didn't like New York before that. Then when you actually go around, just walk around and look at shit, you're like, this is a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I love it now, man. I definitely want to spend some time there.
Oh, so you're doing long distance?
Oh no, her and I broke up in September.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah. That's all good, man. We're still friends. She's a great girl. Just we're incompatible at the time, but yeah, I still want to go to New York though. I love it there.
How can you be friends? Like me personally, I can't do that.
Um, well, I'm like really, really good friends with my first ex, but we broke up like 10 years ago, so that's different. She's great, but I'm like, we're really good friends, but it's been 10 years. With this most recent one, her and I mean, we'll exchange Instagram messages and stuff here. And they're like different funny posts that we see and stuff like that, but it doesn't really build out too much beyond that, I guess.
She still lets you hit or no?
Well, I don't know. I'm not in New York right now. And when I was here last time, I didn't see her. So.
I'm a fool like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, good, bro.
Hopefully she doesn't see this, right?
I don't mind, man. She'll be fine.
Oh, so
She's got a great sense of humor.
Oh, yeah, I'm a fool. But where do you get your comedy stylings from?
Man, like I just kind of riff. I'll usually like I'll have my story and I'll write like my notes of what I want to talk about. And then as I'm saying it, sometimes if I think of something funny I want to talk about or I want to say, I'll just throw it in there kind of thing. Yeah. I just riff it. I don't really plan anything. And I love comedians, bro, but I could never do like stand up and all that kind of stuff. Actually, when I was in New York, I went to the Comedy Cellar. That was pretty cool.
No, I definitely
never been to stand up.
Oh, dude, you guys gotta go. It's freaking cool.
Are you like typical Drake, The Weeknd fan, Justin Bieber?
First of all, I love all of them, but I still think the GOAT is Lil Wayne. Big Lil Wayne fan. But Drake's the man, bro. I love Drake. I think I love all of his tracks. But Bieber, I love Bieber too, man. I think he's got a lot of talent. Even when he was younger, and a lot of people hated on him, I never hated on the guy. The guy was like, he was doing cool things. He's, celebrity at that age. Obviously, you're gonna make mistakes, but it is what it is, man. The Weeknd, actually, cool story about the Weeknd. I saw the Weeknd in concert when there was only like 20 people there, and I was like this far away from him. And I knew all of his tracks at that time. So him and I were literally like singing to each other his tracks. And that was the coolest freaking experience.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was really cool. He came to my university randomly and no one knew who he was, except like me and like 3 other people. The other like 20 people that were there thought it was a band called Weeknd, which is not even the same band. So most people didn't even know who the Weeknd was. Crazy.
So how did you discover The Weeknd?
One of my buddies just randomly popped into my dorm room back when I was in university. He was like, bro, I just heard this guy from Toronto. You have to listen to him. He showed me and I was like, this guy's sick. Back House of Balloons. First one.
Did you think
that was the first one?
Did you think he as big as he is now?
I had no idea, bro. No idea. That guy is the man. That guy, and he came out of Toronto, Scarborough, I'm pretty sure. So pretty cool. Yeah.
I love The Weeknd for real.
He's a man, bro. All those guys.
What kind of opportunities have come your way because of TikTok?
TikTok has really opened myself up to meet interesting people. So I've been able to meet some really cool people, some people with crazy stories. I met this guy that was incarcerated, wrongly incarcerated for like 13 years. Um, awesome guy, man. He's got like a great story, great attitude about it. Now he's just working to help other people that are locally incarcerated. So yeah, him and I, I got to chat. We spoke on the phone for a while. Um, and so yeah, I did a story about him. That was really cool. Um, I yeah, man, I got to meet, you probably might know him as like the backpack kid, you know, the guy that does this dance.
I want to interview
So
him too, man.
yeah,
Uh,
Russell's the man, bro. So yeah, him and I, we met up when I was in Atlanta. We did TikTok together. I met like some other celebrities and just had a cool opportunity to meet people. That to me has been like my favorite part of it.
do people know you like on the street? That would be like, that you're the guy from TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, I've gotten it a few times. I got it a
And
few times. Honestly, every time I'm like, that's crazy. But yeah, I got it a few times. Especially when I was posting a lot. I took some time off, but now that I'll post again, like, yeah, it'll probably maybe happen again. It's fun.
people notice you in Canada and the States.
It's happened both, yeah. Most of my following is in the States. About 60% of my following, I think 60% is in the States.
Oh, so it's safe to say that a majority of your opportunities come from America.
I think the majority of opportunities on the planet come from America, bro. I love the States. All my businesses,
Why'd you try to do that just now?
huh?
Why do you try? Why'd you try to do that, man? What's going on?
Pretty.
You trying to sell me on the States, bro? I love the States.
Yo, what's this guy's problem?
Nah, I don't have anything against Canadians. I thought about moving to Canada one. Just
What?
It's
I
too.
hope that idea was short lived, bro.
it was just like with the police brutality. Y'all have police brutality against blacks.
Isn't that everywhere?
Doesn't really. I mean, I don't know, man. We don't hear about it that much,
Uh,
to be
I mean, the
honest.
media. We were talking about that earlier. Like they have no freedom of speech, so the media is a lot more controlled over there.
we're
So
in Canada.
Yeah, we
yeah,
don't have freedom of speech here, pretty much. But like, police brutality isn't as big a deal here as it is in the States. You know?
mhm. I
Yeah.
would I would say that's due to a lot less black people though.
That there, I don't know the percentages to be honest, but that could be part of it. I honestly, I'm not sure. I never really looked into it in Canada.
Like the U.S. population, like is just so far greater.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like you guys have 300 million, we have 30 million. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? You guys are 10 times.
that's a state.
Yeah. And that's you guys are smaller geographically, so it's more dense. Basically
Yeah.
means there's more opportunity for business because there's 10 times the number of people in a smaller area. You can make a lot of money, man, in the
Mhm,
States.
mhm.
So like all my businesses have, things in the States. All my Shopify stores, I sell things in Canada. Sorry, in the States mainly. All the insurance companies, all the rental companies, all those companies I work with are American, so I definitely I see the opportunity, man. I like it there.
Yo,
Uh,
we talked about earlier how like the Canadian freedom of speech is borderline China, bro.
It's getting there, man. They're trying to make it China. They are getting pushback, thankfully, but you never know, man. These guys are wild.
Mhm.
to be compared to China is pretty ruthless.
Oh, they're arm's
What
length. Like
was that?
To
you
be
guys
compared,
are arm's length away from China as far as like freedom of speech.
that's,
Crazy.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like hoods, like not like like ghettos or whatever? Cause
Yeah. They're projects, man. They're definitely projects here too, just like everywhere. There's
I find that hard to
what?
I find that hard to believe, but okay.
No, bro. I'm telling you, it's not. Most places aren't as rough. Like the rougher spots in America, like Southside Inglewood, stuff like that. I mean, that is much more rough than how rough it gets here. But there's still shootings, man. Like this stuff still happens. Funny enough, there's still shootings here, but all gun. There's no like gun. There's no guns. You barely get a gun. It's hard to get a gun here. You can't walk around with guns. Everything is illegal. But there's still shootings. So, Canada definitely has its areas, has its problems. But like I said, the problems are not as bad as, I mean, the areas are not as dangerous as they are as the dangerous places in the States. You know what I mean?
Are there gangs up there?
Yeah. Like
Like
all that stuff exists here,
like
man.
Bloods and Crips?
Not specifically. I don't really know. They name themselves by like
What
the
kind of great
intersection.
value gangs you have up there? What the hell?
Bro, dude, I have no idea, man. I don't know much about it. I'm not really into it, to be frank with you. But like it exists. There's gang violence here. There are gangs. There are people that, you know,
Yeah,
hurt other people. It is what it is. That's natural. Everywhere has them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? There's no country, even like the most like beautiful country like Switzerland, where like or Sweden, all these countries where the crime is low. There's still crime. There's crime everywhere. There's crime here. There's crime there. But like I'm saying, it's not, in my opinion, from what I've seen. This is my opinion, but the dangerous areas in Canada are not as dangerous areas in the States,
Because
right?
like if a Canadian robber robbed me, is like, give me your money, eh? I would really laugh. Like, like
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give you anything.
I'll be like, have a nice day, all right? Like
Hey, Joey, are you sure you want to do this? I don't think you want to do this.
No, for
You
real.
talk them out of it. No, there's some messed up people here, man. It is what it is. Like there are robbers, there are people that get stuck up. It just doesn't happen as much from what I've seen as in the States. But again, it's 10 times the population, so of course you're gonna have a lot more crime. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
so how has TikTok like or your status and then your notoriety has helped you when it came to women? Because when it comes to having a little fame or attention, women tend to come in and flock in.
Yeah, so Glass and I kind of touched on it earlier. I guess it gives the facade of you being an interesting person, although it might not be true. I know people that have tons of followers that are not interesting. So what it does is it opens the door and it makes things easier. And for some girls, it's all you need, just to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But from what I've personally seen, like the girls that I'm attracted to that I want to actually date, they might think it's interesting, but it should not be the be all and end all. You know what I'm saying? So like if I just want to like, chill with you one time, then yeah, whatever. I don't care. If that's gonna work, it's gonna work. It makes no difference to me. But if I'm actually trying to like date someone and like, be serious, if that's all they care about, then I would think they're, a bit of a shallow person, which is fine. I mean, everyone has their thing. But for me, it does help to start the introduction to spark something in the beginning. But if they don't capture my attention or I don't actually continue and can speak a good conversation, then the more high value women, in my opinion, will be turned off from it. And I'm looking for someone that's a bit more, has a lot to bring to the table for me personally.
Interesting.
Does that make sense?
Use the
Yeah.
high value. Where'd you find that from?
I don't, what's that? What's the Fresh and Fit? Or
Oh,
I think I watched one thing. I don't really, honestly, I don't like I don't agree with a lot of their takes. But I know the whole thing about high value men, high value women. It's not saying that someone's lower, not as cool, but high value to me. What do I find valuable? I find valuable someone that's like, not just someone I'm attracted to physically, but someone that like, can help me in my businesses. That to me is a big thing. So I've always been attracted to a girl that I can bounce ideas and we can kind of go back and forth and I can learn. She can help me with my stuff. That's very rare, but I have come across it. It's the best. Someone that is super fun that I enjoy spending time with. A lot of girls might be good looking, and I've seen girls that are very, very good looking. I've been on dates with some that I literally could not wait to get back home. Like it was the worst. So
hold
all
up.
this
Did
huh?
you still hit though?
Maybe sometimes yes, sometimes because you could be boring. You could be boring, but still like that part. Not stop me from doing that. But yeah. So what?
No, nothing.
Sorry, there's like some feedback there.
Oh, sorry about that.
All good. But yeah, man. Like for me, at the end of the day, if I'm not attracted to a lot of other stuff, it's not gonna work for me. At the same time, if all they care about is like the celeb, is like the follower number, all that kind of stuff, I don't know. It's kind of like a turnoff for me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So how far do you take this? Do you want to take your career and venture off into business or venture off into acting or movies, shows? Like how far?
Yeah. So I have my other businesses. I run a lot of businesses, a lot of online businesses. I own a lot of real estate in the States.
Mm.
TikTok is something that's just kind of fun for me, but I got into it because I wanted to get because I had acted in movies, and it's something that I just coincidentally was meeting my acting coach earlier today just to catch up, and then him and I were talking about me potentially getting into some acting gigs in 2022. So I'm thinking if I want to do it, I haven't decided for sure yet. I have a path I would take if I did it. Probably try to just fund my own project. So I have that in my head, but right now I'm focused on building on my business at least for the next few months. I'm also getting my pilot's license because I want to be able to fly back and forth. I want to get a plane and fly back and forth from New York to Toronto.
Like a PJ?
Yeah, yeah, but it's not like as big as people think it is. It's not a jet. So what I want is just an 8-seater. I've been eyeing this one, so we'll see. It's not as expensive as people think as well, but
What's up?
um,
We can get a little we can get a little world tour.
well, I don't know the range. I don't know if the range will take you around the world, but it'll take you from Toronto to New York real good.
Yeah, I never gone to
Um,
Toronto. Hey,
yeah, well, you're not missing out on much. You live in New York, bro. Like I love New York. But I'm also getting my skydiving license, which is super fun. So, those kinds of things I love doing, and that's my focus more so than like the acting, at least for the next 6 months.
he's doing the side missions right now. He beat the game.
I'm doing, bro. I've always loved this stuff, so it's just like I love doing, unique things.
So in terms of movies, like you want to do like Canadian films or just like um
So I've done indies and I've done most of them Canadian. But like
yeah.
I am looking to get my visa. I have a business I think it'd be better if I'm in the States for. So I'm getting a visa and hopefully it's going to be solidified by June or July.
Mm.
So when I moved to the States, I was telling Glass I want to do like 6 months in New York, see if I like it. And then if I like it, I'll stay. If not, I'll go to Miami in Florida. So I haven't really decided what I want to do. But if I live in New York, by the end of those 6 months, once all my businesses are like everything's kind of like moving well, whatever, I am considering getting back into acting while I'm in the States. So we'll see. See
But you
how
want to stay in like Brooklyn, Manhattan?
Manhattan. I like Manhattan, man.
Of course, man.
I'm a fan of
Anybody who
that.
doesn't live in New York, they always want to stay and live in Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I like Manhattan. I visited. I was there, like I said, this last weekend. I love it there, man. But with that being said, I have not really explored the other spots. I know Brooklyn has some really cool spots too. I just never really explored it, so I couldn't really tell you.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
definitely let us know for sure when you're here.
not for real. We'll be here
Yeah,
too.
we'll
What are
do. We'll do.
what are some of your favorite TikTokers?
Um, that's a good question, man. I got a lot of friends that do TikTok. I love watching their stuff. Um, my favorite TikTokers these days, I gotta say, my boy Nima. He's actually because Nima's the guy I did the Gary V video with.
Mm.
In this Christmas, this December, he's come out with a new letter to Santa Claus from like every accent he can do. So he started out with like, the Arab accent, the
Like
Trini
Gordon
accent,
Ramsay?
Gary V. Huh?
Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah, he just did Gordon Ramsay today. So yeah, Nima, I look out for his stuff, man. I think his stuff is so funny. I watch stuff all the time. Yeah. United States of America?
Yo,
Oh,
oh
so
my
freaking funny.
goodness. Hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. So his stuff freaking kills me. So I've been watching his stuff a lot. I've been looking out for his videos actually.
Yeah, I want to interview him too, man. Send as many as you can my way if possible.
Yeah, he's the man, bro. He's a great guy, really, really funny, but also just a genuinely cool guy. So I like him a lot.
Well, my next question was, what was your favorite collab or favorite collabs? But clearly, I think that one probably is top
That
five.
one was definitely up there. I did one that I thought was really funny with Max Emerson Taylor. I don't know if you know who he is,
I don't
but that one was really fun. He's a really funny guy, man. So I enjoyed that one a lot. Um, I haven't done that many collabs recently though, but yeah, Nima definitely is up there. His thing was it's just so funny, bro. I was dying the entire time. We took like 10 takes. I couldn't stop laughing. It was
Nah, for
really good.
real, I couldn't imagine. You would have had zero takes with me because I wouldn't be able to contain myself for real.
Dude, it was hard, man. It was hard. But worth at the end. Gary V even reposted on his story. So I was like, that's pretty
Oh, did
sick.
he really?
Yeah, yeah, on his Instagram
Nice.
story. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
because
cool.
garage. When he said garage sales,
Garage sale? Bro, TikTok?
he said, "You
So
go, am I
freaking
gonna
good,
make
bro.
this an NFT?"
Yeah. Are you making this NFT, bro? Yeah, he's so funny, man.
Oh my goodness.
I love Gary Vee. That's one person I want to like really, really
Yeah,
meet and
we're gonna get them all, man. One day.
for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that thing with me and Nemo is all improv. Like we just improvise the whole thing, man. He's just good at that stuff. So it's funny, man. Great
Yeah.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You said call every house in America.
Yeah. That's
Literally
funny.
impossible.
Oh,
Well, that's all. You got any questions left, Prince?
nah, I'm good. That's all I got.
Awesome, fellas. Look, man, it was great meeting you guys.
Great meeting you.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll be in touch for sure. Let you know when I'm in the city. Hopefully this summer. We'll see.
Subscribe and stuff.